Let's go to show and tell, Mr. Cameraman. And we are going to start on the right-hand side, sir. We're going to move this stool out of the way here. We're going to start right here. We're going to start with this kitty cat and cats. And if the person who made this would please stand up, tell me your name and how long you've been sawing.
About a month. My name is Debbie Arnold, and the last two are from a magazine, and they're supposed to be puzzles. But I'm sorry if you can't see it.
Oh, fine.
I just kind of.
You going to the dragon or this one?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Okay, for the time, one second. She's also the person, why she said 1 month, she got and won a saw a month ago here at this class, in here. She's the one that won the saw. She also won another thing called the boomerang box. So those are two. Don't tell us what's in the boomerang box.
And then I did the dragon is also supposed to be a puzzle, but I'm not really sure how to do that yet. So
okay, you just did the outline.
It was off, and you showed me why it was off and what I need to.
We're going to remedy that. But they look good. See? Okay, right above picture. Stand up, give your name and information about it, please. Whose ever it is.
That's mine, Dan. Say pattern I found online. I cut it. I thought it was really kind of bland, and I decided to play around with some acrylic paints on it. That's also mine.
Okay, so that's a cat out of, I know you didn't bring it tonight, but is that one of the cats out of the long thing you brought on Saturday?
This here is a totally new one.
Okay.
Almost all of my wife's girlfriends are into cats. They're cat lovers, and neither my wife or I are, so I'm always making little cat things for them for birthdays or whatever.
Notice we got the cat next to the birds too. Pretty good. We got 4 cats next to the birds. You see that how they're coming up to the birds? Okay, bird person.
It's my name's Joy Thomas, and the reason why I bought that again is because George told me I had to. But also, the bird in the center has blue pine on it, and a lot of people don't know what blue pine is supposed to look like.
This one, Joy?
Yep, that one right there is blue pine. That tail of that one's blue pine. And for those people that don't know, how were those items painted?
They're not painted except for the bluebird, and it's painted with wood dye.
But everything else are natural woods, i.e. this is?
Cherry? No, that is red heart.
Red heart, okay, and then you probably have yellow heart here maybe?
Yellow heart, some
mahogany possibly?
No, the tree is all cedar.
Tree's all cedar, okay.
Yes, the dark cedar, I put a darker stain on it because I wanted to have more contrast.
You were messing me up. Okay, I'm sorry. Because you said the only thing was a bluebird.
Okay.
Of the birds. No, but this.
I stained it.
Oh, okay. But anyway, most of it, like I said, 90% of this are natural woods. And that's what makes it so difficult, is because you have to cut that piece there to fit next to that piece, next to this one, and next to that one. That's why it's very, very important to cut on the line. Not my normal suggestion that the line is only a suggested line of travel. Only in intarsia that doesn't work. So, beautiful piece. Let's go down here. Okay, stand up please. Tell me your name.
Steve Newstead. That's actually That's walnut. It's the pattern I've had in my shop for probably 4 years, sitting down there glued and drilled up. I just haven't cut it. I decided it was time to get it out. So it's an old pattern my dad had that I use.
Okay. Okay, and then we've got,
Those,
that a good spot?
Both of those
will that work?
are usually wall plaques that are usually 6 or 8 by 10, and I'm doing them for people at my workplace who work in cubicles, so I made small cubicle plaques to go on there.
Cubicle plaques, that's a
Yeah, so I like small anyway, so they could be Christmas ornaments to hang on a tree, or they could be pinned to a cubicle or to a bulletin board, just for fun.
Okay. I'm going to take them down here so this lady with the birds doesn't take them with her. She probably just glue them on. Okay. Those are here on Saturday know what I did is Rob was kind enough to let me get in his lumber supply, and he went and got some curling. My name is Hans Meyer, and Rob was kind enough to give me some wood that he had in his garage when we were cleaning up about a month ago, a few Saturdays ago. And we took it and we sliced it and got it so it's two pieces, ½ inch. And for those that were here when Steve Good was here, his wife is a collector of Gone with the Wind. So I thought a nice kind of thank you and maybe enticing him to make sure he comes back next year. I told Rob I would cut it out, and then he is going to help finish it along with Larry, because Larry has got to give him something from the boomerang box back, so I told him he could boomerang this picture back to him. So I thought that would be good. And then I was driving home. I'd given those to Rob so they could do their job. And I had found this piece of wood, 12 foot long. And I said, Southern pine, Gone with the Wind, that's what's got to happen. So I did nothing to it. The only problem was it was a pain to keep the pattern on it because it's so rough. And I just left it rough, and then I did, unlike most that do it, they usually take a piece of felt. I took a piece of hardboard and just painted it black, about 3 coats. And then I just stapled or nailed it around the sides. But I left it that way. It's very interesting. I put it on my Facebook post today. I've had 3 people who want to buy it already. And it's amazing what they want to pay for it. Pricing is a hard thing to do, but it was amazing what they wanted to pay for it. I'm not selling it, but I'm just saying. But it was, so far it's $250 is what it's up to now. So which surprises me. See, that's probably be $1,000 or $1,500.
There was a girl in
Am I low, real low?
the Philippines that wanted to know if I would sell it to her.
Okay. How much?
I didn't give her a price.
Okay, because you give her a price that's way out and she'll buy it.
I know.
I mean, that's the problem.
I told her that she couldn't have that one, but I would make her one.
Yeah.
She wanted permission to do it.
And then I was messing around. This is a piece of mahogany, and that's just the autism cross made out of a piece of mahogany. Right. Anything else? Anybody else have any more?
What kind of cross was it again?
Autism.
Autism? It's a cross with a subject of autism.
That's kind of their logo or whatever. See, it's got autism right here, and their puzzle pieces. That's kind of their logo.
All right. Who did the bowl?
That's mine. That's a Babinga.
Jack Linder?
Yeah. That bowl is Babinga. It's I was just happy with the finishing on that. That was the Beal system first time I tried it, and it came out very nice.
Who did that for you?
I did that by surprise. You would never believe that.
I've seen it around my house. That's what that looks very good, Jack. Okay.
One of the few things I didn't do at Rob's.
Yeah. Okay. Can you stand up and give us your name? This is yours?
It's mine.
Yes. Can you stand up and give us your name and tell us about it?
My name is Yuri, and I introduced
Schutzkorten.
Shoe what?
Schutzkorten.
Shoehorn.
Schutzkorten.
Oh, okay.
This I used free material. Strip next door I use for for stick and handle.
Okay.
What is the other object?
What's a dark object?
Is it a wand?
Looks like a
A
spindle.
wand?
It's a spindle from a chair. Or,
Yeah, this is from chair, old chair, and I did another design from this on turn.
oh, okay.
Oh, it
Okay.
turned it, okay. To your design, so, that's cool.
Jack Morris, I had my shoulder replaced 2.5 weeks ago, and I started turning some pins today, or this week. So I can get out the shop and do something without straining myself too much. And then wood on that is Spectra fly that they use to make gun stocks out of, and we get the scrap after they cut out the gun stock. Make pins and whatever else we want, and I like that particular piece there, kind of rainbow of colors in it.
Did you cut it at a 45 to get that?
No.
To get it to twist?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm just saying, because that makes a big, I cut a lot of it, but I'm saying, to get that twist, you had to cut it out of a block at
I
a
cut a
45.
strip one thickness, and then I ran it through the table saw at an angle.
Okay.
And then
Then you made your block.
And then I glued the pieces together to make them longer.
Okay.
You gotta be real careful cutting that out with a really sharp skewer. You just tear it out, tear chunks out of it.
I have a question. I noticed you have your name on it. Did you write that on the wood or you engraved it or what?
A Sharpie.
Sure.
Yeah, I just used a Sharpie to write my name on it.
Cool. And then, Larry?
Oh, why don't you show his knives, man? Show your knives, dude. Be proud of them. Own that thing.
These are knobs. That's just amazing.
I turned these on the lathe. The hard part was getting the ferrules in them.
They are the jury, they're my cards that I was going to put together during my last demo and didn't get to. It's a real easy toy to make. I've been able to get about $20 a piece for them, selling them. And I just want to bring them in to show it's very, very few cuts to it, not a whole lot. Just enjoy doing that.
Looks great. Joe. Joe.
That's mine, Joe Metzger. I have it turned upside down because I wanted you to look at the outside finish. Inside has a few flaws, but anyway. It's polyurethane. I used wipe on and brush on. I used the foam brush for
I'm gonna put those.
brush on, and it really came out very flawless. The wood is popular, and like I said, the finish is polyurethane.
How many foot to the outside?
I don't know.
Apparently more than one.
More than one. Well, you know, you sand them with polyurethane, you have to sand between coats, and I guess some coats got sanded more than others, so I can't tell you what the equivalent number of coats is.
Yeah. The inside actually looks really good too. It looks like the spot in the center, you know, where a little part had just run to it when he did it, but he was gonna maybe clean that up a little bit. But that's one of the best finishes I've ever seen in a bowl.
Do you have to
You know.
condition that poplar at all before you started on it? Polyurethane or just sand?
I just sanded it.
Joe?
Thank you.
And they were a request from Rob,
Sorta.
sort of.
You know, I was helping her out with the project, and she asked me. I didn't ask her, but I'm very happy she did it. My daughter-in-law loves Dopey, so I want to do that. And then she made a little Air Force bear for the other one, so I appreciate that. That's gonna. Most of the stuff I have on display on the shop is from what other people have made. I'd rather do that than have stuff that I made. You know, I have Mickey's chip carving. I got stuff that, you know, I've got ones that Bob Adelia did, ornaments and different things. So anyway, it's kind of nice. I got more respect for what other people's work than mine. But anyway.
I dyed that cedar blue with wood dye, and Dopey is all natural except his eyes.
I love his eyes. That looks great.
I used to paint on canvas, so I know how to do eyes.
I'm George, and that's known as Noah's gun. When you go through the gun, we see the morning on out. No paint or stain on that, it's all natural wood. With nice background is nice Michael that's used around the picture frame, you know.
The Maddie?
That,
Yeah.
I thought blue, I had it cut out for 40-inch first background, but I thought that blue brought the colors out of it.
That right there, for those of you who remember, I brought in the mold. I had a plastic bowl and I had a piece of wood down inside the mold. What I did is I filled up with the rosin. This has kind of a funny story to it. I had two drops of white dye in a Dixie cup, and I had two drops of orange dye in a half pint container. And as I mixed them together, the idea was it was going to swirl. And because this rosin takes about 17 hours to fully cure, all the white separated and settled to the bottom. Okay. But you see it from the very, so it has a bottom that's full white. I had some places, it's kind of close. And the wood kind of appears to float because as I turned out the inside of the bowl, and left the wood on the rim and on the sides, so that's going to float there. If you look on the edge on top, you'll see where I ran out of rosin in the first mixture, and I figured, what the heck, I'll go ahead and do some more. So you can see just on the very top of on the outside, you'll see that ring of white going all around the top. That's the old versus the new. So, but hey, it came up pretty well. I buffed, but I will say one thing, okay? Actually, two things, and I've said it before. Sharp tools, gotta have sharp tools. Because this thing will dull a tool and nothing flat, okay? And you gotta wear some kind of respirator, okay? Because the plastic and whatnot will get in your lungs.
How do you get the plastic so shiny with that? Because it would seem like it would be dull after you turn it.
Sand a little bit more. When you finish doing that, sand a little more after that. Then you put it on a buffing wheel. I put tripling, okay, to get out some of the thicker scratches and white diamond to get out the real thin scratches. And that's pretty clear.
Yeah, I think it is smooth enough. Almost acrylic is almost like clear plastic after this.
So it seems like it would have that hazy scratch look. That's why I'm like
no,
saying
if you get the scratches fine enough, they look great.
If you put that mold, which I had to, if you put it into a pressure pot, okay, and you put 55 pounds of pressure and you let it sit for 24 hours, all the bubbles and whatnot that are inside the rosin, when you mix it up, okay, will compress down to almost nothing, okay, all right, and so you can't really see the bubbles. But not to say the bubbles are not there, you just can't see them anymore, okay. And then you just buff the yin yang out of it, okay. And I done that free-handed, okay, and not put put it into a pressure pot, you'll see the bubbles all throughout the thing, okay.
Is there any way to get rid of the bubbles and vibrate it out or whatever, anything like that?
Why do you want to? Just put it in a pressure pot. No.
If you don't have a pressure pot, you can put it on a vibrator system. I knew a guy that makes them out west. He's got a vibrator, you vibrate the whole thing, bubble. Anyway, we need to press on a little bit so we can get our station briefing going.
One just real quick saying, if the pen blades, okay, for what it's worth, and if you're concerned about bubbles, what I do is put them on my bandsaw, and let the bandsaw run. Okay, the vibration for the bandsaw will jiggle bubbles to the top.
Next. Yep. All right, that was mine. My name's Dale. That's actually my first Intarsia project, and it was actually a whole lot simpler than I thought, because I went over to George's house and George said, "Here, sit right here, I'll let you know when it's done."
I did not know that. I have one that I did, what, 8 years ago?
8 years ago,
And I
yeah.
stood up beside that one. I started to bring it this morning to show you how much better his was than mine.
That's why you didn't bring it.
Great instruction from George, though. I'm really happy with how it came out.
He
So
did a
thank you.
terrific job over there.
George's got a lot of people started out in Tarzan.
Yeah.
That's Sonny's Barbecue. Some of you eaten there. That's what that was. And we changed the name of it because he's got a friend named Paul that he always called Paulie. So I like to see his expression when he shows it to him and gives it to him. Looks great.
Well, the next item is show and tell. And show and tell doesn't necessarily mean that you have actually made the item that you're showing and tell. But in this case, I was given this item, and I was given this item by Larry. So Larry will explain what he gave me.
He didn't look like he was prepared to tell you that.
It was a gift. On the little jet saw that jet blade I've got, there's no place to put tools. They have a tool rest on the side that's a metal bracket with 4 holes in it. And to order that bracket from Jet was $44. So I said, well, we can make something. So that's a derivative of something I saw on the web. It's the first block there slides into the end of the saw, and it'll rotate around the back for storage or around the side when you're ready to use it. And the rubber grommets are here at Peachtree, and they weren't expensive. And the knobs, of course, we have to. If it's a lathe product, it has to be made on the lathe. So we turn the knobs on the lathe.
And in 2 Saturdays, we'll see the jig, right?
Yeah.
But it works great. It's made specifically for 1221.
So how much did this end up costing you?
That was about, with the grommets, maybe $12.
Didn't count for his time.
Oh, time's free.
Then why is he whining every time he comes over? Because I make him work all the time.
My time's free. I have to charge for other
Oh,
You don't have one of those on each one of yours?
If you counted for
no.
Larry's time, that would be about $250.
Oh, I turned that on my lathe. Wait a minute. The knobs, those are $1,000 knobs each now. Because that's the third thing I've turned on my lathe.
But those, if you come look at it, those knobs are cut on the bandsaw, then drilled, and then put on the lathe. But I'm saying, and then he puts inserts in them. They are real. It's nice. Turn it upside down and look at the bottom. Look at the bottom where it inserts. I mean, he did a good job.
We didn't want it to come off.
Okay, but see here. See how he's got these are like the screws with the heads on, with the oblong heads on the bottom. That's enough of that. Thank you, Larry.
No swell.